Hi, this is going to be a review of a product from Darksword Armory. Their rendition of a longsword, they call it the Black Prince sword. Airman Oakshott, in his book Record of the Medieval Sword, shows off a type of sword that he believed was most probably hanging over the Black Prince's effigy in Canterbury Cathedral. The provenance of that is weak. It doesn't matter. I'm not talking about that sword. I'm talking about this product from Darksword Armory. I purchased this sword about 2 years ago, and I love it. The point of balance is great. Construction is rock solid. The edge geometry is good. Distal taper is good. The overall quality, I think, is spectacular. The reason I'm making this video now, 2 years later, is that I decided to have the sword's handle regripped. Not that I didn't like the grip that it comes with. It's fine. It's an oval and tapered grip. It's nice and solidly done. The reason I'm doing it now is because I just received this sword back from Darksword Armory with the new grip applied, and I am just over the moon happy with this, how this turned out. They make, Darksword Armory makes a whole bunch of swords. They're known for making pretty tough swords. They are not known for making specifically, completely historically accurate swords. If you want a completely historically accurate sword, then you need to break into a museum and steal something, because any sword manufacturer today, whether it's Darksword Armory or Ronin Katana or Lockwood or Albion or Hanway or whatever, pick whatever sword manufacturer you go to purchase a sword, they're not going to be authentically medieval swords because they are made today. Albion makes beautiful swords, expensive, beautiful swords, but they're made on a CNC machine. I mean, they're made with technology that would be considered magic in the Middle Ages. Darksword Armory, they make their blades more traditionally. They're not CNC'd. Anyway, I'm just really happy with this. This handle comes from a sword that Darksword makes called the Wolfsbane sword, which is a sort of a fantasy Viking longswordish sword. It's sort of like it has sort of the profile of it's kind of a weird sword. It has a profile of a 15th century longsword with a lot of Norse mythological stuff on the guard and the pommel and this beautiful handle. But I looked at the handle and I thought, man, I would love to get this handle on the Black Prince's sword. And I did some reading on the specifications for the length of the handle for the Wolfsbane sword and the Black Prince sword, and they're the same. And so I just decided, I'm going to email Darksword Armory and I'm going to say, I got this Black Prince sword. I love it. I've loved it for years, and it's done me good service. Not in real battle, but in battle against pool noodles and tatami mats and other kind of things, not people. Could you put a new grip on the sword? And if you could, I would really like to have the Wolfsbane grip applied. The Wolfsbane grip is it's a wasted grip. It's made of ebony and has carved stuff on it. And I'll put the thing up closer in a second. They immediately got right back to me and said, sure, why not? The handle's $40, and there's some labor, involved. So it's probably about another $100 or so, $100 and some odd dollars to have a new handle put on. Now that's a lot of money, but not really. I was going to do this myself. I was going to I was going to grind up the peen, I was going to disassemble this thing, and I was going to manufacture a wasted grip for this sword. And I've taken swords apart before and done that. But I really was intrigued with this whole ebony carved handle, and it's an octagonal handle, and I think really, even though the grip that the Black Prince sword comes with is completely perfect, it's good with indexing and all this stuff, this is even better. I really like it. Anyway, so I shipped the sword out to him, and I just got it back yesterday, and the quality is really good. And they took, not only did they replace the blade or the handle for the sword and reassembled everything, they tightened everything up because it's been 2 years old and it had a lot of, use. And they also went down and they completely repolished the blade. Their blade polish is really, really good. I mean, 2 years of chopping stuff, and it was still marvelously nice. But there was a few little areas, not nicks or anything like that, but blade edge was pristine, was fine. But the polish was a bit, marred here and there. Well, that polish is perfect now again. So I didn't even ask for that, they did. They polished up the crossguard. The Quillians had some abuse on them, and it's all, it's the same Quillian, I know that, but it's all Quillians, but they're all, it just looks beautiful. So I'm going to put this thing up close so you can see what this thing looks like. Anyway, I'm really, really super happy with this. Thank you, Darksword Armory, for making such cool stuff. Thank you for having such outstanding customer service. Thanks for the good price. Thanks for turning around so quickly. I got an email earlier in the week saying, it's been shipped and it should be here by the 29th of September. Well, it's not the 29th, it's the 24th. So it's 5 days early. Not that I was needing it for any specific time. Anyway, so what I would say, advise, Darksword Armory, if you're paying attention, Darksword Armory, is this overall look for this particular type of a sword, even if you don't want to call it a Black Prince sword, call it something else. For a early 15th century, mid 15th century longsword, this is a great look. And wow. Anyway, so that's it. It's not a complete total sword review. I have another sword review of this thing somewhere kicking around back when I originally got it. It is very, very, very nice. I know some people like, they want more of a satin finish to a blade. Speaking of as a person who role plays high status nobility, I don't want a satin blade. I want as close to a mirror polish as possible. High status people, this is a status symbol and a statement, as much as it is a weapon. And yeah, so you want it to be nice, and I love it. It's nice. It's actually, it looks, I mean, I got it. It looks better than, I think this almost looks better than when I originally received it 2 years ago. It's so good. I mean, I think it was pretty nice back then too, but it makes me want to not use it now. It looks so nice. But it's cut an awful lot of stuff, and it's still beautiful looking. So anyway, thank you, Darksword Armory. Thanks, people, for watching, and happy cutting with your weapons, as long as you're not cutting people. Just, pull noodles, tatami mats, have fun with your medieval military exploits. See ya.